Disney. We all take it for granted these days. Such a massive company embedded within our day-to-day lives. The massive media entertainment enterprise owns ABC, ESPN, Marvel, Pixar, the History Channel, A&E, Touchstone Pictures, and more. It's been behind dozens of the strongest hits of the past 3 decades, including Star Wars, The Muppets, the MCU, a wide range of Pixar films, and the countless princess, prince, and fairy tale stories embedded in our society. We grew up hearing tales popularized by Disney, and now we watch their big screen blockbusters and fairy tales at home through their revolutionary streaming service, Disney+. The influence Disney has on our lives stretches past the screen. When was the last Halloween you didn't see a girl dressed up as Cinderella, a boy donning the mask of Spider-Man, living his fantasies? It seems a millennia ago that Disney was a small business in the back end of a small office in Los Angeles. So, how did this gargantuan of an enterprise start? The man who started this all was, as you may have guessed, Walt Disney. He had a talent for the arts at a young age and drew cartoons for many different publications and began working for the Kansas City Film Ad Company. However, the company soon went bankrupt, and in response, he would move to Los Angeles. The famous Walt Disney Company was then founded in 1923. Walt and his brother Roy produced a series of 57 short films called the Alice Comedies. They had a talent and a passion. Situated in an office occupied by Holly Vermont Realty, Disney could only afford to pay $10 a month for this abode. Although humble, their company would only exponentially grow from here. Within the next 4 months, their staff numbers increased, and the small office would pose incapable of holding all these individuals. Therefore, their employees moved next door to larger amnesties and branded themselves Disney Brothers Studios. After the success of the Alice Comedies, Walt Disney began his work on his most famous creation, Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse was introduced to this world with the release of Steamboat Willie in 1928. Steamboat Willie was a masterpiece, with a joyous and wonderfully produced score, intricate foley, and adorable animation. It was no wonder this little mouse stole the world's heart. What makes this short so appealing can be seen in the first few seconds of the animation, with the appearance of Mickey whistling Steamboat Bill. This was an iconic song produced by the Leighton brothers, with lyrics by Ron Shield, and is now forever embedded in history. But apart from the music, there's something to the way Mickey's animated. His expressions convey childlike sincerity, oblivious to the harshness of reality. He's experiencing pure joy, and some of that joy passes down to us, the audience. It's able to embody that feeling of being a child again, a feeling that's all but forgotten nowadays. It's this feeling which pushed Disney Brothers Studios down the road to greatness. As we all know now today, Mickey Mouse became incredibly popular. Disney Brothers Studios continued to produce animations which grasped the audiences. After Steamboat Willie came the Barn Dance, the Opera House, When the Cat's Away, and so on. Hit after hit, masterpiece after masterpiece. The popularity of these films eventually convinced Disney that their studio had the capacity to produce a full feature film. The project, dubbed by many as Disney's Folly, was 4 times more expensive than the approximated budget, at $1.5 million. It required 300 animators, artists, and assistants, but the end product was brilliant. Disney had created his next Mickey, a film you and I know as Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs was a smash hit. It debuted just before Christmas 1937, and the people loved it. It was based on the 1812 fairy tale written by the Brothers Grimm, and received more than $8 million internationally in its initial release. If adjusted for inflation, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs is one of the top 10 performers at the North American box office and the highest grossing animated film. Each character displayed in this film was adorable. While Snow White alone may have gotten boring over time, each of the Seven Dwarfs, with their own eccentric, strongly defined personalities, entertain and maintain the audience's attention. The styles of body language utilized in this film can convey emotions and help audiences relate with these characters, making the film a great watch, even now in the 21st century. With the tremendous success of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Disney continued to produce massive hits. They released Pinocchio, Dumbo, Cinderella, Peter Pan, and Mary Poppins. Furthermore, they brought this content to television screens, with the Mickey Mouse Club and Zorro and Davy Crockett. By 1955, Disney was big. They started a Disneyland in California, whose popularity urged the studio to create Orlando's Walt Disney World and another 12 international Disney theme parks. In February 1996, Disney purchased ABC for $19 billion and assumed the company's 80% stake in ESPN. This was one of the most powerful corporate takeovers, fueled by strategy. It brought together the most profitable television network and cable service with Disney's film studios and led to the formation of an absolute powerhouse in the media industry. Pixar, a subsidiary of Walt Disney Studios, began as the Lucasfilm Computer Division in 1979, known as the Graphics Group. It would later spin off as a corporation with funding from well-known Apple co-founder Steve Jobs as majority shareholder. Pixar was a technical mastery. They had perfected their workflow to create masterpieces, including Toy Story, A Bug's Life, Toy Story 2, Monsters, Inc., Finding Nemo, and The Incredibles. However, their ability to produce quality feature films and shorts was only multiplied when they were purchased by Disney at a valuation of $7.4 billion. This only greatened Disney's clutch on the media industry, all for the better. With Disney's acquisition, Pixar would go on to produce Cars, Ratatouille, WALL-E, Up, Toy Story 3, Cars 2, Brave, Monsters University, and more. Rare it was to find a film made by Pixar which did not do well in the box office. Disney would continue this streak of acquisitions with Marvel and Fox, and broaden its markets with the creation of the world's most downloaded streaming service of 2020, Disney+. This broadened the company's creative abilities. Marvel could now use characters such as the X-Men in its cinematic universe. The creation of Disney Plus also marked a turning point in the entertainment industry. Titles such as WandaVision, Loki, Luca, and Falcon and the Winter Soldier launched exclusively on Disney Plus and faced massive demand. Gone were the days of buying a ticket to the cinemas. Audiences preferred to stay home, a mindset only strengthened by the worldwide pandemic, and stream this content for the fraction of a price. Disney realized this and was capitalizing on it. What makes Disney so appealing? How do they pump out such gripping stories year after year? Disney is smart. With assets everywhere in the entertainment sector, they were destined for success. Disneyland, Marvel, Fox, Pixar, ABC, and their toy sales provide a stellar source of income. This money generated is put to great use. It's reflected in Disney and its subdivisions' cutting-edge technology and talented employees. They understand the entertainment industry and what we want, feeding it to us year after year. With stunning character designs, strong characterizations and personalities, and consistent, interesting scene building, it is no wonder this company has stolen our hearts and risen to the top of the entertainment food chain.